Hello everyone!
Hello!
It's Mark and Jam. Mark and Jam. This is like this. We've already started this once and it was chaotic. This one's not starting good either.
No.
So welcome to our post-trip chats. We were planning on doing these months ago.
Well, we didn't.
And then weeks ago, and then earlier this week, and we didn't get around to it. So we thought tonight.
Busy work time.
Exactly. We thought tonight, while we've got a bit of a quiet time, we'll have a nice kind of beer and do our post-trip chats. So what we're going to talk about is everything holiday related, so our flights, villa, I nearly said vanilla. The vanilla in the flights was lovely, the ice cream. No, the parks we went to, the restaurants we ate at perhaps, if we can remember. It's been a while.
I remember some of them.
Yeah, we can remember some of the highlight ones, and that's they were all really good this time. The usual stuff, similar sort of stuff to what we talked in our last post-trip chats. But first, what was I going to say? Oh yes. Something we want to try. We're not so sure if we have enough subs for this. We've seen people with a roundabout hint with a roundabout the amount we have doing this in the past, and you're really distracting.
Shut up, can't
What we plan on doing is we want to do a Q&A. If we can get enough questions, and I'm saying maybe like 5-10 questions is fine. I don't know. We'll do a short one. Mm-hmm. If we end up with 46 questions, it might be a bit of a longer video. But anyway, the plan is if you've got any questions about your first. I'm doing a lot of hands talking.
T-Rex.
You're putting me off again.
If you've got any questions about booking your trip, booking it as a package, booking it DIY, doing fast track with Alamo, doing an itinerary, shopping questions, camera questions, dinosaur questions.
Don't ask me about dinosaurs.
Put them below.
You know it's dinosaurs. Yeah, just pop them down below in the comments. Or alternatively, if you follow us on Twitter at Jmark1605 or on our Facebook. I don't know what that one is. I think it's Jmark1605.
Gem on Facebook, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's Jmark1605.
Yeah.
I'll link them in the video.
Link them. And Instagram too.
Pop us a question. And if we can get enough of them, we might do another video like this, probably slightly less chaotic. And we'll answer the questions.
We will. I'll try to.
Yes. Anyway, with that done, that's the end of part 1.
See you next week.
No, we're joking. Anyway, let's start the proceedings.
Oh, and we're sitting back comfortable to start proceedings.
Although that's moving me away from the
beer.
microphone.
You're just getting a beer.
It's been. I can't put it down on there because it'll get noisy with the microphone.
It will, just one floor.
So anyway, flights. We're going to start with flights.
We flew with Virgin.
Mm-hmm. We always do.
Always do. We like Virgin flights. It was a flight.
Yeah, it was good.
It went off on time.
Pretty good. Good
entertainment.
Mm-hmm. It seemed awfully long this time, for me. And at one point, I ended up throwing a party like a toddler in my seat, going, I've had enough, I want to be there now.
Yes, you did.
But it was only for a few seconds. But yeah, the flights were good. I didn't think the films were as good this time, but that's by the by. So I had loads of music.
I watched Hateful Eight, and that was about half the flight gone.
I can't even remember what I watched,
I watched Deadpool and Hateful Eight.
I watched Star Wars again. Star Wars Episode 7. Great film, but not on a screen like this.
No. Deadpool also... I didn't think much of it watching it on the plane, but we've watched it recently again, and it was
much better.
Because there's stuff that had been edited out of it that made it better. So, yeah, don't always judge a film
by small screen on a plane.
Airplane viewing.
As a famous saying goes, don't always judge a film by the small screen on a plane viewing. That's covered in scratches because someone's been trying to play Scrabble on it and scratch.
And you get disturbed all the way through it as well.
Yeah.
Do you want pretzels? Do you want a drink? Here's your lunch.
I'm going to take a VR headset next time. I'm going to sit like that.
Yeah,
just shut the world out. I'm not going to have anything on the screen. I'm just going to sit there with it like that and just sleep. But yeah, flights were good. I suppose the next part is, and I've not put it on there, is the airport and more specifically the car hire, because I know a lot of people have already asked about car hire. We hired through Alamo via Virgin Holidays. So with car hire, generally, obviously there's shopping around to be done and you can get good prices. A couple of the good places, Virgin Holidays, are usually pretty competitive. And the other one is Alamo Brits. So if you have the Brits Guide by Simon and Susan Vaness, you can use the Brits Guide, and there's like a special deal that they do where you can get like 3 included drives and stuff like that. The guide's actually really... We occasionally chat to Simon and Susan on our forum, on the ATD forum, and the guide's actually really useful as well. We pick it up every couple of years, and it basically just loads and loads of details about places to visit. We're not paid promotion here, by the way. It is just a genuinely pretty good guide. It's not invisible. But yeah, the car hire we did, the important thing is, if you can get it, is the skip the line thing.
Yeah.
So obviously when you get your car hire, you've got to normally go to a desk. You go to the desk and you might get the hard sell. Upgrade to this, upgrade to that, so things like sat-navs, child seats if you're with children.
Telling you your car isn't big
Oh
enough,
yeah, your insurance doesn't cover you for things like that. Yeah. You can turn up and we're like, oh, we've got like a mini, a mid-size SUV, and they'll try to convince you that your car's not big enough or something like that. A lot of this is all what we've heard because we've been quite lucky that we've managed to skip the line. I think every time, haven't we?
Yeah.
The idea with skip the line is you can do all this up front, so you can say, okay, I want to return with an empty tank of petrol. Normally you would have to fill it up before you get to the airport. I choose to do that because I just like to have a stress-free day. You can say whether you want extra insurance, car, child seats, sat-nav, whatever. Mm-hmm. Can't remember all the other stuff, but it then it asks you for a credit card. It then prints off all the details for you. You print them off on your printer. When you get to the airport, you actually just bypass the desks and go straight out to the car park. You go and find the car in your class. They're all sort of parked in big rows. You just pick the first one you like the look of and drive off. And then when you get to the exit, that's when you do the checkout. So it's not like you're driving off with a random car, but you can't just go and pick the biggest car and drive out, even though you've only hired a Mini. But when you get to the exit, they'll do all the checks and the paperwork and make sure everything's balanced. Yeah. And the hard sell doesn't really exist so much there. This is probably something that we should save for Q&A and general tips, but when you get your receipt, make sure it's exactly what you were expecting to pay, because in the past I've read that people have added things without the driver's sort of approval. So you might get it and it'll suddenly say, oh, we've added a sat-nav in or whatever, and they'll try and charge you more. So check it there and don't leave until it's exactly what you were expecting. I was going to say zero, but I always pay for the return fuel, so that it'll give me an expected cost of a full tank of gas. But yeah, Alamo were really good. We hired, this time it was a Jeep.
A Jeep.
Jeep Compass.
Compass, that's it, yeah.
Not the most refined car in the world, but I quite like rugged, sort of rough and ready looking cars. So for me, I quite enjoyed driving it. It was very noisy, and it didn't go very fast.
That was grunty.
Yeah. So compared to the last trip, you may have seen, we had a Ford Escape, was it, or a Edge? It was an Escape. I think you're right. Basically, a Ford Cougar in the UK over there, and that was really nice. It was quite nippy and plenty of room in the back. The Jeep was not quite as nice, but I quite liked it anyway because it was a bit rough and ready.
It was comfy.
Yeah, it was noisy, so you floor it and it go roar, but you wouldn't actually go anywhere. You'd be like, what is all this noise for? But yeah, there's loads of choice there usually. The mid-size SUV has been a bit rough of late, but we'll move on. We'll move on from there because I think we've pretty much covered everything with cars.
So last trip we did it DIY. We booked everything separately for the first time.
A bit nerve-wracking at one point, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think the nervous part was not so much the flights and the car hire, because we've done that before. It was the villa, because we were booking the villa, and you've got to trust that the pictures that you're seeing and the reviews that you're reading are what you're going to get when you get there. And I booked a villa through Home and Away. Home and Away.
Yeah, it's not in Australia.
It's not. I got a really good deal on it. This house was listed twice. Once by the actual owner, and then again by a loaning company. Yeah,
the letting companies that look after them sort of list them sometimes, I think, as well.
And it was a lot more expensive through the letting company than with the actual owner. So yeah, we booked a villa, and when we got there it was lovely.
Yeah, it was.
It's exactly what we expected.
Yeah, we were a little bit I'd actually seen a few bad reviews for the same villa. I keep nearly trying to say vanilla. It's the same villa, but then when I looked into detail, it was like from 4 years ago, and it had all been restored since, and it was fine. Really enjoyed the villa. Really nice pool. Yeah. We had lots of wildlife at the back. We had the cranes turning up. I think we showed them in the video. Yeah. And
hummingbirds. You saw hummingbirds.
Yeah, we saw hummingbirds. Yeah. And just loads of space as well, which we're not used to having.
The only one issue we had was the previous tenant had left all the recycling in the garage, and I just messaged the owner, and they came and took it away. In an hour or so, wasn't it? It was really quick. Yeah.
And the villa had 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, the pool. It had
fully fitted kitchen.
Yeah, full kitchen.
2 separate lounge areas, dining areas.
It was a bit less frilly
yeah,
than some.
It didn't have a games room or anything like that.
But for us, it was perfect, And it saved us money by not having a games room that we probably wouldn't use as well. So that was ideal for us. What was I going to say about the villa? Oh, it had internet as well, Wi-Fi. So
Yeah.
you could Skype people and things.
Yeah,
Karen,
really
my
good
sister,
internet,
was
actually,
calling home on FaceTime every day, wasn't she? So that was really good. Yeah, the villa, definitely would stay in a villa again.
If there was more of us,
Mm-hmm.
because I looked into it again for this year, and the packages were working out cheaper because there's only 2 of us.
Yeah.
And we'd like, if we were going to do that again, we'd like a private pool as opposed to a shared pool. So, yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why we didn't do it this time, because it wasn't working out any cheaper to do a villa, and we wanted to do more.
We'll talk about that.
Driveway.
You spoiled it for towards the end. Anyway, yeah,
Sorry,
but what we will say is we're very much fence sitters on this with regards to a hotel and a villa. We enjoy both, so you can't go wrong with either. In my no, I can.
That's my grumpy cat. You have Chewy. No, sorry, Jabba.
But yeah, villa, hotel. We really enjoy both. We could make a really good holiday from either. So we can do
pros and cons from both.
Yeah.
The one con that we
might be worth covering that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one con that we had for villa was every time you wanted to go out for a meal, you had to have a designated driver.
Yeah.
We do like a. Yeah, you don't drive, so it was okay for you. But we do like a drink with our meals. So the person who was driving obviously then couldn't have a drink with their meal. I actually didn't mind doing it, but it is kind of nice to have the convenience of just going off onto International Drive, grab a beer, have a nice meal.
Plus, if you get back to your villa and suddenly think, we've got no milk left, well then you've got to get back in the car and go driving out to shops. Whereas if you're staying in a hotel and I drive, then either the hotel's got a shop or there tends to be a Walgreens or something really close where you can just nip across the road in 5 minutes without having to get it all ready again and go back out. That was the only con of having a raspberry ripple as opposed to a vanilla. But it had lots of pros. What? I don't know.
Yeah, pros wise.
Lots of space to sit around in.
Own pool, private pool, which was we used a lot more than we would have used the hotel pool.
Yeah.
I don't even think I used the hotel pool on the last trip. This time, if you've seen the videos, I was in the pool.
Save money
for
on
hours on end.
Like lunches, because you can make lunches. We could have stuff in for breakfast. For Mark's not the biggest breakfast person, so he doesn't really like going out for breakfast. Whereas I love like a Denny's breakfast.
I'm gonna have to.
Well, we compromised because I can cope with a cinnamon bun for breakfast too. So yeah, it was nice to have your own fridge and have some food in, because his sister was with us, but she didn't come out with us every day, and she had the option of making a lunch in the villa and sitting around, and you make your own coffee and whatever else. And it was nice coffee because you bought it yourself and not the crappy motel coffee that you get.
I know, I'd be tempted to just buy coffee next time for those machines, because I think you could fit a filter in them ones in the Rosens and places like that.
Go to Walmart and buy a cheap coffee.
Or we could just go to Starbucks around the corner that sells coffee. But yeah,
the villa was good. I enjoyed the villa.
Definitely.
It was nice, big, spacious. It was nice to come back from the park and relax on a couch as opposed to like on your bed. And nice to have like a seating area outside by the pool and things like that.
Yeah.
But definitely would do a villa in future if there was a bigger. Because normally there is a lot of us going. There's normally like 6 of us going. Yeah. And now just two of us.
But more into that. You're spoiling it again.
Oh, shut up.
So next up, the parks. This time we did Disney. We did SeaWorld, we did Busch Gardens, and we did Kennedy Space Centre, which kind of counts as a park. It's more of a museum, educational.
Yeah.
So I suppose we'll start with the smaller ones and work our way to the big one, shall we?
Okay.
That means this screen's upside down, but never mind. So, Kennedy Space Centre.
Yeah.
We try to go every other trip effectively, don't we?
Yeah.
I love it there. It's like one of my favourite places, just because it's...
Cool.
I think I once said it's like full of a museum full of madcap, crazy experiments that actually worked.
Yeah.
But this time was the first time I've been since they put the Challenger Columbia Memorial in.
Yeah.
Now, when I read they were doing this, I didn't like the idea. I thought it was kind of like cashing in on the incidents. It kind of felt like that, but when I actually saw it, it was really quite striking and really well done.
It's very moving.
Yeah, and it's really. It's a really quiet space and the music's really gentle.
Yeah, they've done it really well. The amount of people walking around there with like tears in their eyes, looking at all the personal belongings of these astronauts.
But yeah, I genuinely thought it was really well done, and it didn't feel exploitative is the word. It was a nice tribute to the people who lost their lives there, so that was very good. The shuttle Atlantis
is just amazing.
It's just fantastic. You probably saw it if you've seen that video. I had to edit out probably a good 30 minutes of me just walking around, just waffling about this shuttle. And
you just done that to me.
But yeah, it was just stunning.
Yeah, the shuttle was amazing.
Mm-hmm. And we didn't actually get as much done as we want. Well, the weather kicked in, yeah. But we did get out to see the Apollo Saturn V rocket, which is fantastic as well. It's huge. So I'm really glad that this time I managed to vlog going to Kennedy, because I've been twice before we did vlogs, and I always like to I really enjoyed editing and watching that video, because it took me straight back there.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good place to go to. There's absolutely loads to do there. People are worried about going there. There's loads and loads of interesting stuff for adults.
Yeah, if you're into space travel
or Angry Birds
or rockets or Angry Birds, yeah, it's a must do. And I think at the minute they're doing like adults prices for kids prices.
And if you can do Dine with an Astronaut
in January 2017, this is. So it's like 30 quid a ticket for the whole day, which it's not bad.
Well, we got that. That's how we went again, didn't it? Because we got tickets. Adults and kids prices. That's how we. So
it sounds like it's an annual thing. Yeah, the Dine with Astronaut's good, isn't it?
Worth it?
We met Bob Springer, didn't we, a couple of years ago?
Flown 3 times
before
on Atlantis.
Mm-hmm.
That was just like you've just been to see Atlantis, and then you're having lunch with someone who actually flew on it.
Yeah, and he wanders over and shakes your hand and you get a photo with. That was good fun.
Everyone gets a photo.
Now, the other parks we went to, the smaller ones, I say small, they're huge, but Busch Gardens, which
huge park.
Yes,
huge.
We love Busch Gardens. It's kind of like the one where I always think that if I could have a park on my doorstep, Busch Gardens would be perfect, because
we love animals, we love roller coasters, and that is the perfect meld of the two.
Yeah. There's just loads to do there. Yeah. If you like watching shows, there's shows.
Yeah, we've never done a show at Busch Gardens.
Apart from when we're eating dinner and it happens to be on stage. Yeah.
Though I do want to go and see the Sesame Street one now, though. I've seen people vlogging it.
I'll drop you off at the Sesame Street one, and I'll go and ride big roller coasters.
You go and ride big roller coasters. Yeah. So well, the new thing at Busch that we went for was Cobra's Curse, the new family coaster. When we got there, for some reason it didn't open till after the park had opened, but they started letting you queue, so we ended up waiting about half an hour for it. We were quite lucky. Yeah. And in your queue as you go, the queue is really good. Like, things happen while you're in the queue. They've got actual snakes in the queue and vivariums. So it kept you entertained while you were waiting, and it's quite a unique coaster as well. Mm-hmm. The lift hill's very unique. And it's fun. Mm-hmm. It's not over the top. You don't go upside down or anything like that. It is a family coaster, but it's a unique family coaster for the way things happen in it, which you've probably all seen on vlogs anyway. But
it's great.
We just laughed the whole way around.
I always find that with this sort of, because it does the whole spinning on its axis thing, and I always giggle at those. They just make me laugh, and that was a good example of one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we didn't ride a hell of a lot more in there, did we?
No, because
we had a lot of an animal relaxed day
and
as well.
He's not a big coaster fan, so you don't like leaving him while you're queuing up for half an hour.
And there's so many animals to see. I think we got towards the end of the day. It's like we haven't actually got any time left.
We haven't seen this yet. We haven't seen that yet.
I think we probably got tired out before we ran out of things to do.
It was very, very, very warm.
We normally do 2 days there. This year we just did the one because we had so much on our plate this year. The next park, your favourite?
SeaWorld.
So what did you like about SeaWorld this
year? There's nothing that I don't like about SeaWorld.
But the big hit this year for them is Mako.
Yeah. Mako is awesome.
Very, very, very good roller coaster.
Awesome.
Definitely up there as one of my favourites.
But I think I have mentioned this before. When we have floaty tops, keep hold of it, because we went over one of the big hills and my whole top just came up here somewhere, and I flashed my goodies to everyone, and I was just praying that it wasn't the hill that took the photo on it, and luckily it wasn't. But yeah, be aware of that your top will fly up if it's quite loose fitting, so keep hold of it.
It's like every time you go over one of the crests on the hills, you just out your seat. Whee!
Yeah,
really good roller. Again, doesn't go upside down. Goes pretty much like that on its side, but never goes upside down. It's just not that type of coaster, but it's high and it's fast.
And it's fun.
Which
is the most important thing. And it was really weird because it hadn't been open long, and we never waited longer than 20 minutes for it. Whereas one day we went, Manta had like a 70-minute wait time. I've never seen Manta with a 70-minute wait time.
It was really busy
when it's got a brand new coaster. It was weird.
The other thing as well, the second time we went on it had actually broken down while we were in the queue. We joined the queue, it said 20 minutes to queue. We got into the queue and people were leaving saying, oh, it's broken down. So we stood and waited, and 20 minutes to pretty much to the minute, we actually got through the queue, even though it had broken down. So I think they probably overestimate the queue times on that ride as well.
Being a new ride, yeah. But again, the queue there, if you're under the shelter at the bottom, there's videos going off of different sharks and research things and the conservation that SeaWorld are doing to help sharks in the wild. So it's, you know, it's nice and cool under there, and you've got things to watch. When you get the stairs around the back, that gets a bit warm. But yeah, but you're not on them for very long. Yeah, that's true. Hi everyone, it's Mark here. We really hope you enjoyed the vlog. Please remember to give us a like and a quick subscribe to be the first to know when our next video goes live. Don't worry, it's completely free, and I promise I'm not reading this off a screen. Also, check out some of our Florida playlists where you can lose yourself in the joy that is Orlando, Disney, and me getting lost and being told off by Jem. Have fun, and we don't have a catchphrase. See ya!